Hi guys, how are you? I hope you are well. Welcome to another day. It's another live session where we are going to do automation. So welcome. You are really welcome to another day. Very nice day. With so much is going to happen today, and we're going to learn. We're going to see how far agents can go, how good AI agents can be, or how smart AI tools can get. So that's what we are going to do today. And we are going to do explore some cool features, all of AI automations, different platforms, all those kind of stuff. So yeah, we are going to learn. I hope you are going to learn something new today and embrace AI automation. So yeah, we are going to get started. Otherwise, um, feel free to ask anything on the chat. How AI agents work? What do you think how AI agents work? Do you think AI is really cool? Just a moment. Do you think how AI agents is cool? Uh, yes, yeah, we are going to start very soon. Very soon. Otherwise, let's do it. Let's do it. You can fill the survey. That poll. Do you think AI agents are cool? Are you using AI agents? How do you use AI agents? Are you really using AI agents? How many are using AI agents? You can answer on the poll on the chat. You have a poll that you can answer if you are using AI agents or not. Okay, let's get into it. So I want us to go straight to our today's build and see what we are really building. You can say, you can answer on the chat. Make sure that you answer on the chat. There is a poll right there. Are you currently using AI agents, and how are you using AI agents? You can just say yes or no, depending on how you use your agent. So today we are going to do HR automation. HR automation. Uh-huh. So just a moment. Just a moment. Yeah, so today we are going to do HR automation, in which in our HR automation, we are going to explore several things. So I'm going to show you a cool features that we are going to be using in our HR automations. That should not worry you. So yeah, HR automations right here, we are going to be doing something cool. You can check on our previous video, on our previous live session. We also did the same HR automation. So this time we are going to be extra. We are going to do something extra. For example, just for example of the scenario that we are working with today. So in our scenario, we want to do a trigger where you can just text your bot. For example, I can just go to my bot, that is my Telegram bot, then I can text it about a certain thing, in which in our case can be, for example, JavaScript developer, for example, JavaScript developer. Then our agent will trigger this particular workflow. For example, if I text this, let me check with the bot. So if I text my bot CiraIQ bot, that is going to execute the workflow, and it's going to tell me how many JavaScript developers do we have in our portfolio. That's an example. So that's how we are creating agents. So if I text that agent, it will go to my email, check the number of people who have applied to a certain role. Then after it checks who has applied to those roles, then it will go ahead and do the recruitment process, then go upload the CVs in the drive. For example, this is my Google Drive that is going to upload the CVs in for the qualified candidates. Then after that, all the data is going to be here in the Google Sheets. For example, here in the Google Sheets, we can see the candidates who applied for a certain role. Then, for example, then after that, for all the qualified candidates, you can go ahead and schedule automatic calendars, depending on the slots. So that's how these AI agents really work. So this is how these AI agents really work. So that's just an example of an agent. And to know how agents really good they are, you can go ahead and connect multiple agents. For example, in multiple agents, let's say I have that HR automation agent. Every time you do recruitment, I can do something else like, for example, let me see what this workflow has to offer. Now, this is the same workflow. Let me see. Okay, let's say assume that I want to run my workflows at the same time. Ignore the logic on whatever this happens right here. So let's say assume this workflow is done, anything related to this workflow. Now I want to combine two different workflows. So immediately that this particular automation completes, then I can go ahead and trigger another automation. So this is something simple that you can check out. You can go to CiraIQ. You can check, the link is here on the description. Also, the link is on the chat. So if you try Cira today, you can get 50% off on the Pro plan. You can automate as many as over 100 tasks, over 150 tasks today on CiraIQ. Not only HR, but also in your job application, in your daily posting, in your daily job search, all those kind of activities. You can do anything that you feel like. You just have to have a problem and then you do that. So let's see how you can trigger multiple workflows. Before we go to the actual, what this workflow does. Now I can do something like sub workflow. Sub workflow means, now let's assume this is a complete workflow. And I want immediately this workflow is done, then trigger the next workflow, in which can be a different workflow. So in this sub workflow, I can just check the workflow that I want. So for example, the workflow that I want can be, let's say video, this crap in here. So I can call that workflow. So the moment that I can connect this workflow to this is how you connect. You just connect the end to end, this dot to this dot. Yeah, you can connect that dot to that dot, and you can move around this node here on the canvas to plan how you want it to look like. You can move it, it's not fixed. So immediately this workflow is done, you can trigger another workflow and you can do as many features as you want. Let's say you can have as many workflows. I can just create different workflows and then there's a place where I manage them. So this one I can connect a different workflow. For example, social media posting, something of the sort. So you can see this is the social media posting workflow that is being used. So you can trigger several workflows at the same time. So that's not the logic for today. So let's just go to the today's task. So to check how we actually did this last week. I'm just going to explain what these agents basically do. Then focus on the calendar. So today is part 2 of whatever we did last week. But I can explain. So let me explain the logic that happens right here. So if you are new here, for example, if you are new here, using Cira for the first time or seeing this live for the first time, you can just go ahead, prompt this chat. Oops. Yeah, I've canceled it. So you can just go ahead and prompt this chat right here. You can prompt this chat, then you can just do this, and then it can prompt that for workflow. In case you are new, you don't know what to automate, or how to automate your daily tasks. But in case you are lazy, just like me, you can say something like this. See here on the chat, something like, see this voice note here. Create for me an automation that does job applications for me. Yes. Now we have this transcript here. I can decide to send, I can decide to cancel. So you can check it out. All those features are available. Make sure that you try it, Cira. It's a very cool tool. In case you are new, I was just showing how you can build this. Otherwise, you can drag and drop. You can drag and drop, you can delete. So let's explain what's happening here. Now, assume that you are in HR. And in HR, you have advertised a job, and we have like 1,000 applications. Where do they apply? They just go to your email, and then they send you a CV. For example, let's assume this it's a CV. Let me do this one here. Now, let's assume this is a CV. So they send an email with title, and the email content contains your CV, contains your application letter or anything. And we have 1,000 or thousands of these. So instead of an HR going one by one reading out all these, going through their CVs one by one, you can just go ahead and create such kind of an automation. So you go to the Gmail recruiter node, then you authenticate your Gmail. In case it's not authenticated, it will look like this. No, this one is connected. Let me show you something that is not connected. Now it will tell you something like this: connect your Gmail. Then it will just connect, open a pop-up, and then it will connect to your Gmail, Gmail node. So you just go ahead and connect this Gmail recruiter node, then it will tell you to connect. Then you fill all the positions. For example, I've advertised for job position can be JavaScript developer, right? I just need a JavaScript developer. So go to my email. People will have sent different keywords. Then go to my email, then check for application for JavaScript developer, JavaScript developer, open role, senior developer, all those kind of stuff. Like for example, backend. If I do backend and then just press enter, it will go to my email and check any email with the keyword like backend. Now, after this, I can set specific date. Let's assume that we had advertised this position like 2 weeks ago. I want to get applications for maybe yesterday and today, for the last 2 weeks, the last 9 days, or whatever time that you want. So this is where you specify your date. So to specify date, you just click the calendar and then you can specify the date. As you can see, this is January 2025. Yeah, January 2025. So I want to get all the applications from 2025. Maximum results. Maximum results here, we can do 50. Let's say fetch only 50 applications. Maybe we have a lot of applications, like 1,000. I just need to fetch 200 of them. So basically fetch 200 of them. Just fetch 50 of them. Then make sure that you fetch all their CVs in case they have attached their CVs or anything. So make sure that you fetch that, and you don't have to save because it's auto saving every change that you make. It's doing an auto save. This is where now the AI comes to play. Because you have fetched all those emails, what can you do now? Do what? Do the process of filtering all these 200 applications and know how many people qualified, how many people failed, how many people did not meet the criteria at all. So that's where the AI recruitment node comes to play. So basically here, this is the powerful node that does all the work behind the scenes. So this is now the agent itself. Now the agent, basically as a human being, you can go through the emails, read through one email, CV and everything, um, uh, check the email, read through the CVs, read through the content, and know if this candidate really qualified. But now instead of human, now this is the agent does that. All the emails, everything, and then forwards the task to the next activity. So this, you just choose the agent that you want. Do you want OpenAI? Do you want Claude? Or do you want Gemini? So by default, you don't have to pay for this. They are already paid by CiraIQ. You just need to know what model that you need to use. You just need to know the model of your choice that you need to use. Now, once I'm done setting up the model, I can repeat the position, JavaScript position, minimum number of years. Let's say this agent should only consider the 5 years experience. On the 5 years experience, that's what it should consider mostly. Consider the 5 years experience, the 3 years experience. Then the moment that you are checking all these CVs, do what? Check for communication skills, check for Node.js skill, go to check the TypeScript, AI agents, AI, machine learning, depending with the role that I'm hiring. So that's how this agent really works. Now, after I set up these skills, I can set nice to have skills. Nice to have skills, these are not mandatory. The nice to have skills are not mandatory at this point. Then the rest, you can leave everything as default. See the skill level, the education, everything. You can just leave all these conditions by default. You don't need to save. Everything is auto saved. Don't need to save anything. Don't need to worry about saving your documents. They are auto saved. Now up to here, this agent does fetching of the emails, the recruitment process, filtering everything if this candidate really qualifies. And then if you fetch all their candidates, for example, let's say we have 1,000 applications. In 1,000 applications, we need to fetch CVs and we need to put them somewhere safe. So to put them somewhere safe, we need a Google Drive. We call them nodes, Google Drive nodes. You just need a Google Drive node. So in this node, we are doing something simple. When you click this node to open it, in the configuration, you can see several things. So whatever you're going to see, you're going to see these actions. These are called actions. Let me see. Yeah, these are called actions, and the actions would be things like the normal things that you do in Google Drive. Do you create a file? Do you upload? You go to Google Drive just to fetch and read files. All these are the same activities. So I'm just going to upload a file, create a doc, create sheets, create slides, read file, list files, or sharing of file. So I just want to do file upload, uploading the file. So where am I uploading this file? Remember the CV that was fetched? Now I need to upload it somewhere. So I'm uploading it right here. That's where I'm uploading this CV. So you can leave everything as default. You don't have to answer anything right here. Everything is default. Everything is blank. It's not mandatory. You can do the folder name. The folder name, when you do the folder name, is basically ordering your files. Instead of going to Google Drive and uploading it anywhere, you can create a folder that will upload your CVs in. For example, here, recruitment by Evans. When I click, that's where we have all these files. And that's why we have these inputs right here in our automation. Yes, that's why we have this recruitment by Evans file name right here. Now, imagine we are done doing the configuration for Google Drive. We are done configuring Google Drive. So after we are done doing the configuration for Google Drive, you can do something very simple now. You can decide to add all these documents inside a Google Sheet. Inside a Google Sheet. So I'm going to highlight this because I already have. So I'm going to highlight yellow. So over here in the creation of Google Sheets, we have two options: create a new Google Sheet or append to existing Google Sheets. So if I select append to a Google Sheets, then when you click right here, you see here, select existing spreadsheet. Then whenever you click select, then it will show you the list of files inside your Google Sheets account. See this all Google Sheets account, then it's going to show you. So mine is React.js developer, and you can see this is the file name. So in the file name, every person who's recruited will be automatically be added here. Will automatically be added here. If they qualify, add to this qualification sheet, worksheet. If they are in borderline, borderline means they are somewhere there, they are not qualified, they have not failed. They are 50-50. See, this one is borderline, 55%. You are still qualified, you just need to check few things. Then they're not qualified, they are below 50%. So these are below 50%. So that's how this Google Sheet node really works. Just configure the Google Sheet name, then leave everything as default. Okay, leave everything as default. Now, here's where the magic, another magic really happens. Let's say we have like 5 candidates who have been selected automatically. When I check my normal calendar, I know tomorrow I'll be available for interviews. I know on Friday I'll be available to do contact interviews as an HR. I can just use Google Calendar node. So for this node, you can just search any nodes, and you can see them right here. You can just drag and drop, and then it would work. So for this Google Calendar, it's very simple, very simple. So what you need to do is just authenticate your calendar just as the other other nodes. Then after you authenticate your calendar, then you can choose the kind of event. So the kind of events means the kind of activity that you want to do in this scenario. Do I want to get today's events? What do I have in my calendar? Um, get email, get upcoming events, get events on date range, create event, or this event. So basically, I just want to create an event. I just want to create a calendar invite for every person who qualifies for this particular role. So what I need to do is just basically do what? Create a calendar event. Event title can be interview session and can be, let's say, JS interview session, because this one is a JavaScript session. And this, make sure you show up on time. Show up on time. So make sure that you show up on time in this event. Make sure that you show up on time. So what else do we need? Okay, there's this time. Let's say tomorrow, the whole day I'm available for interviews. So I should slot interviews. When is today? Today's on Wednesday. Let's do tomorrow. Tomorrow is on 11th. Start date. So start date, let's say interviews from 8:30. Is it 8:30? Yeah. The interview should start from tomorrow 8:30 a.m. to, let's say, tomorrow. Now let's assume we have like hundreds of them. I need to do these interviews. I don't have to schedule the hundreds of them. So I can say these interviews will run from tomorrow on Friday, on Thursday, all the way to Friday. Friday is on, let's do 13th, on Saturday. So on Saturday, the latest I can do interview is 5:30, not 5:30, 3:30, 15:30, 3:30. So it will check the time, and then it will schedule the calendar for that case. You can schedule the location that is online. After you schedule that is online, then you can add the attendees. Do you need to really add the attendees? No. You can add the attendees in this case. Okay, so this one will leave blank. So let's see. Now that will go ahead and create. Yeah. We are doing the wrong thing actually. It's not create event. It's schedule interviews. Schedule interview batches. Schedule interview. Yeah, schedule interview batches. So yeah, now we got it. Now we got it. I was wondering what's going on. So we can switch this. We need to start date. The start date can be tomorrow. When is tomorrow? Thursday. Yeah. East African time. Work starts. Yeah, this is the time now we were configuring. The interview should start 9 a.m. Let's just leave everything by 9 a.m. My day ends at 14, 16. That is 4 p.m. My day ends at 4 p.m. Then the meeting duration. Let's say each meeting or each interview should take maximum of 30 minutes. And I need a gap of 10 minutes between one interview, between an interview with other. Minimum score, let's do 50. So you can leave everything as default. Otherwise, you can add something that you need to do. So event title template can be JS developer interview session. So you can do everything just like this, or you can leave everything blank. So yeah, you can leave everything blank. So that agent should work. Now imagine this is a complete HR agent. So how much time did we take to set up this agent? Very little time. Less than 29 minutes, less than 30 minutes, and then it will save you like days and days of work. So we need to trigger this workflow and make sure that it works. So let me see whatever bot is connected here. So this bot is the Telegram trigger. Let's see. The Telegram, this should be a Vancify bot. So which bot? This one here. So this is the bot that I should talk to. So listening to this node. So this bot does this. So let me explain what this bot really does. So this bot, I connected CiraIQ with the bot, and you can create a bot using bot further. So in this bot, the moment that I text it certain keywords, like this JavaScript developer, it should go ahead and trigger this workflow automatically. Imagine it should go ahead and do that. This bot. So in case I wanted auto reply with the results. So to do auto reply with the results, I need to send this workflow file output back to chat automatically. Even without the conversation reply, not turn off if a reply notification already message user. So let me turn off the reply. Then it will do the automation. So I hope this works. So we have 15 candidates. Let me see if we had more candidates right here. Yeah, we only have one yellow. So this one should work. Let me see. Let me just copy this keyword, JavaScript. Then text my bot. Then wait for it to execute. So I'll wait for that bot. In case we have any error, be assured that we are going to get a feedback. We're going to get an error message. So be assured that we get an error message. Let's see. No error message so far. Any changes right here? Let's see. Otherwise, when that is successful, we are going to see a message right here. So workflow executed successfully. So we're just going to give it a little moment, then wait for a reply. If that doesn't work, otherwise we can just click run, and then it does all that execution. So let me see. You can see it's running. It's running. I didn't click the run, so you can check the execution logs right here. When you check the execution logs, you can see it's running. It's running because I texted this bot right here, JavaScript. So let me wait for the result. So this one should work. I should see another email here, workflow executed successfully. Let's wait and see. Otherwise, I can see the progress. In case I want to see the progress, I can just click here and see the node that is running. Telegram trigger, Gmail done, AI recruiter, Google Drive is what is executing. Let's see. This one is still running. It's actually doing uploading the Google Drive. So you see here we only have one. There we go. It has added the second one. See, just added the second one. Uh, so that means this candidate is well. Let me see my agent 2 minutes ago. What is doing? Google Drive. Google Drive. Let me see. Can give it a moment and see what happens. Otherwise, you can see we have added this. So that one should be working. Let me check. Let me refresh my emails. There we go. You can see HR workflow succeeded. HR automation workflow succeeded. And there we go. There you go. We are done with this agent. Let me see. Do you have anything? Success. There we go. It was successful. Now, I want us to see this Google Calendar here and see the slotted interviews for tomorrow. That is 18th. Let's see in my calendar if I have slotted interviews. Remember who owns the calendar? It's me, this account. So if I check this calendar, today is on 17th. So if I check tomorrow, you can see JS developer interview session. Let me see the notes. JS waiting interview with Evans for softwares for JavaScript. AI score 82. So this is the calendar. So if I check the other calendar, that is Advanced Softwares. Let me check if we have a calendar right here. Just want to confirm everything works. Oh, there you go. You can see I have an invitation on my email in this Advanced Softwares. And this email to confirm Advanced Softwares, that was the only candidate who qualified. See, only candidate who qualified. So if I check this, I can see a calendar right here. It's a interview session with Advanced for JavaScript developer position. There we go. And I have interview with this person. From when? From 9 a.m. to 9:30. And imagine it has added a Google link, meeting link. It has created a meeting link for that particular candidate. Now for you as an HR, you just need to show up on that. You just need to show up on that interview. That's how powerful AI agents really are. So you can check out a list of other agents that you can go ahead and automate. So that's how really agents are. In case you are watching, you can tell us on the chat. We have a poll. Are you currently using AI agents? Do you really use yes or no? You can just tell us if you are really using AI agents. Otherwise, you can create thousands and thousands of agents in CiraIQ. In case you have no idea what to create, just go ahead, text this chatbot here, and then it will create an automation for you. For example, one of the powerful templates that I have is this job application, like WhatsApp job search agent. You don't need to worry so much. You just need to connect your WhatsApp. For example, you just need to connect your WhatsApp. Then instead of now texting that Telegram, now you chat a specific WhatsApp, and then it goes ahead, finds jobs for you, then it applies, then it tells you how many jobs it has applied, how many jobs it has not applied. You just need to configure all these things, and then your agent really works. You can see less than 30 minutes, then you have, like, let's say you spend like 5 hours of your day automating, then the rest of the days you are just texting agents, then you save yourself some time. So basically that's how agents work. Make sure that you check the link that's on the chat to get 50% off of our automations. With the 50%, you are going to get access to a lot live coaching calls, um, sessions that we are going to do with you guys, the pro plan, then yeah, free configurations, free API keys that you are going to use, AI API keys, free to plug in into your system. So many, like a thousand, almost 300 nodes that you can connect with a pro plan. Yeah, that's it. Um, so basically, that's it for today. That's it for today, and that's how you can do automations with AI. I hope you learned something. In case you learned something, say it on the chat. You learned something. Fill in the poll to know how many of us are really using agents. You can also make sure that you make sure that you give me a comment as well. Subscribe for more agentic lessons just like this. Otherwise, this is really cool. You can check out so many automations that we have in CiraIQ. Yeah, that's it. Have a lovely evening. Adios.